Külli Kori from Tallinn University, Estonia, and I'm going to present to you a paper that we wrote together with my colleague Kai Pata. She was the first author of the paper, and this paper focuses on some activities that aim to develop citizenship competencies. So our paper explored the effect of different open university and public knowledge building activities on participants' active citizenship competences. Knowing the learning effect would help academic institutions to design better learning practices for community engagement and for improving active citizenship. We had two research questions formulated for this study. The first research question is, how did the engagement type of open knowledge building activities contribute to the advancing active citizenship competence dimensions among the participants? And we had four different engagement types that we were analyzing. And these were crowdsourcing data, crowdsourcing knowledge, collaborative data management, and collaborative knowledge building. So the second research question was, how were active citizenship competences developed among different participant sectors in cross-university open knowledge building activities? And we had four participant sectors, and these were students at the universities, then educators, experts, and other external participants. The study was actually part of Erasmus Plus project. We call it ENOS. The title of this project is Integrating Open and Citizen Science into Active Learning Approaches in Higher Education. And this project ended in 2022. The project intended to involve academic and library staff, university students, citizens with various levels of expertise, community members, and domain experts from different disciplines to the co-creation of open knowledge building activities with the aim of transforming knowledge into innovative artifacts. And we used the short word OKA, which means open knowledge building activity. Co-creating these OKAs, or open knowledge building activities, aimed at upskilling higher education institution staff and students through the exposure of contemporary trends in public engagement to critically reflect on pedagogical models, conveying active citizenship and social participation. We developed and tested different types of learning practices in which students and educators were engaged as designers and participants of the OKAs that were run to engage different external stakeholders. These were students from schools, library visitors, interested public, experts, alumni, seniors, and so on. And these activities were intended to develop active citizenship competences. We used a three-dimensional model of active citizenship competencies. We firstly did some research at the literature, and then my colleagues came up with this model that has three dimensions. First one is socio-cultural, second one socio-economic, and the third one politico-legal dimension of active citizenship competencies. The socio-cultural dimension focuses on developing social competencies, and it is about exercising tolerance and democracy in the interaction between individual people's voluntary activities, self-development, and public sector activities. The second dimension is socio-economic, which relates to employment and includes access to social benefits, making individuals less dependent upon the state, mobilizing them from transforming learning into desirable values for people, and it targets competences needed for developing active citizen services and agency. The last dimension is politico-legal, which encourages civic and political participation, aims at channeling persons' political agency so that democratic practices would be owned by citizens. And it is not just voting, but the competence of being engaged in policy making. We analyzed 7 different open knowledge building activities that were carried out as part of this Erasmus Plus project. And these were carried out in different countries in Europe. You can read more about these activities from our paper. And we also have a reference to the project document where those activities are explained in more detail. But in general, these open knowledge building activities were short-term engagement for students, so mostly 1 or 2 days, but were long-term sustained for interactive usage in higher education institutions with open participants. And mostly these activities were either formal courses for the university students or extracurricular activities. In many OCA cases, the students' engagement in the OCA design actually remained limited because several constraints emerged. Firstly, because the institutional learning programs are usually pre-designed before the students enter the study, and therefore engaging the students is a little bit more difficult. Because participants' engagement must keep learning activities and learning outcomes more open to be co-designed together with the students. The engagement in extracurricular activities design was also limited, mostly because the COVID restrictions. So many of or almost all of these activities were done online because it was not possible to meet face-to-face. We analyzed these 7 open knowledge building activities and divided them into 4 engagement types. One of them was crowdsourcing data, one was crowdsourcing knowledge. 2 of these activities were collaborative data management, and 3 of the activities were collaborative knowledge building. And the participants were divided into 4 categories: students, educators, experts, and external participants. We developed a survey based on the 3-dimensional model I showed you before. And this survey had 15 items, 5 items per each dimension. And this survey was filled in at the end of the activities by the OCA participants. You can read more about the results from our paper, but here I will present the main conclusions that we made based on the results. So firstly, we found that active citizenship competences could be better developed in cross-academia and public citizen engagement activities that target collaborative knowledge building and data management rather than in more individual crowdsourcing activities. Secondly, we found that the 3rd dimension, politico-legal competences, these were the most difficult to develop through the different activities, and they require more specific design concerns in the future citizen science activities. Also, we suggest that the open knowledge building activities should last a longer study period to reach complex challenges with external stakeholders and have more impact on the development of active citizenship competencies.
Külli, what are the next steps for this project?
Actually, this Erasmus Plus project is already finished, but we're still planning some activities in our university to be more focused on citizen science and involving different participants.